Rev up your engines for the Mid-Michigan Biker Podcast with Big E. Proudly sponsored by Christensen Law, where bikers helping engine bikers is more than just a motto. It's our commitment to the biker community. Be sure to tune in and listen to the latest news and biker buzz. And for all your personal injury needs, be sure to contact the Christensen Law team at 248-900-9000. What's up, bikers? It's Big E, and you're listening to the Mid-Michigan Biker Podcast. We're talking all things bikes, the freedom of the road, and the brotherhood that makes this lifestyle what it is. From killer tips to wild stories from the highway, we've got it all right here. Life is short, bikers, so let's get after it. Hey everybody, welcome to the podcast. We are going to call this episode the Happy Birthday Ryno episode because it is Ryno's birthday, and he is here with us in the studio. Ryno, happy birthday, brother.
Woohoo. Yeah.
How old are you now?
A year older than I was. I don't know. It's like my anniversary of my 49th or something.
Yeah. Like the 5th or 6th anniversary of your 49th.
Could be. Or the 7th.
Yeah. Wow. You're old.
Yeah.
So happy birthday.
I'm feeling it.
We do always, typically, it seems like we are on our guys' Wild Hogs weekend when it is your birthday.
Well, sometimes it's the day after. Sometimes twice it's fallen right on it. So.
Right. So that's always been fun. We usually go to Wheaties, which I can't believe nobody wanted to go to Wheaties this weekend.
Man.
We were actually
I didn't want to ride anywhere.
Yeah. We were in the UP. And so, this is kind of a beer and Proper 12 powered episode.
Yep.
So I poured us each a nice glass of Proper 12. You notice I broke out the fancy Harley glasses just for your birthday.
Oh, wow.
And then, so I handed him a beer. He immediately cracked it. Well, something that passes this beer in my fridge because it's pretty full of this stuff right now. So we kind of have to drink it. The Busch Latte.
Yeah, the Busch Latte.
So, but he totally wasted it. Totally. And here's what I mean when I say you totally wasted it. That's what you totally wasted.
Oh.
They love hearing that.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Peepee knows. I know you're still in training as a co-host, so we'll cut you some slack.
Oh.
So.
I was thirsty.
Good birthday?
I went to work.
Yeah, I did too.
So.
I had yesterday off.
Yep.
So we spent the weekend pretty much from Thursday to Sunday up in the up of Michigan. UPA. Went up to our first time at the Michihistragen Rendezvous.
Bike
rally up in Gould City at Bice's Michihistragen Campground and Bar.
And Grill.
Wow. You're thanking people still on Signal, according to my watch.
Yeah.
I didn't even see you do it. You're good, dude.
Oh, man.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So, we rode up Thursday.
Yep.
Left here, what was it, about 9:30-ish?
Yeah, then we went up to Manistee and had breakfast.
We went to Manistee and had breakfast.
We got out of there about 11.
Yeah.
We started heading north.
Yeah, there was a wait line.
Yeah.
A little bit of a wait there. Diner 31, they do a pretty booming business, it looks like.
They do.
I know the food was good, so I can see why.
Yeah.
We rolled north. We met up with Banjo in Mackinac City.
At the Keyhole Bar.
At the Keyhole Bar, where we had lunch and an adult beverage or two.
Yeah.
And then we proceeded across the bridge. Pretty good day of riding. Weather was pretty good. You did not have that great of an experience riding your bike.
No.
And that totally surprises me. But I don't know.
So I did something really stupid. I decided to try out a different suspension 2 days before going on a long haul ride. And I'm not going to name the suspension because it wouldn't be fair at this part of the investigation. But yeah, so
So I feel kind of partially responsible because I did upgrade mine, and I will mention that if you don't know, I put Legends rear suspension on my bike. That is not what he used. There's a handful of other suspension systems out there that he purchased one of those, and I was really surprised at what he was saying about it not feeling right and floating and just
it wasn't
handling properly. I was really surprised at that.
So anyhow,
we're investigating. It's under investigation to try to find out why it was handling like so crazy. The initial investigation right now is it was an inch longer than your stock?
Yeah.
So he has a Street Glide. Stock shocks are 12 inches, I'm assuming.
Mm-hmm.
And these were 13. So I don't know if that had something to do with it or not. Like I said, we're still investigating it. He has yet to contact them. I'm sure it's going to be on his things to do this week.
It's just been not even a day since I changed it
right.
back out.
He actually went home and put his stock suspension back on his bike.
And now he feels comfortable again.
And now he's comfortable and all is right in the world. Like I said, I put upgraded Legends suspension on the rear of my bike, and it was noticeably different, way smoother ride. And the one thing it definitely makes you want to do is change your front suspension. Because if my front can be as smooth as the back is, that's going to be an incredible ride. I just don't have the funding right now to do so with our Sturgis trip coming up.
Right.
We'll see after Sturgis where I'm at, but all right. So Michihistragen.
Yep.
Our first year being there, their 8th year of doing it, and Jason's 3rd or 4th year as being in charge of it. All in all, if you knock off the weather situation, so Thursday was beautiful, Friday was shit. It rained on and off all day there.
Yep. I mean, you could just tell. From what I heard about,
attendance was definitely down.
Yeah.
They had several vendors not even show up, not double digits. Like I think I heard somewhere like 16 or 17 vendors didn't even come.
Oh wow!
Because of the weather. Yeah.
Wow.
Of course, you had the diehards there. I'm gonna give a shout out to Michigan Bike Life, Carl.
Yep.
Dude is a trooper. Good dude. Has always taken care of me. I buy some stuff from him. He was there. Thunder Roads was there, of course. They're one of the main sponsors. There was still quite a few vendors there.
Yeah.
But 17 or 18, there would have been a lot of vendors there.
Yeah.
I
don't know. What, 8 of them were there?
I don't know exactly what
Maybe
the count
more.
was. There might have been like a dozen.
Yeah.
So it should have been way bigger than it was. And they said that the attendance was down. And I'm sure it was all weather.
So, so Friday.
Friday was kind of a wash. I was out of the picture because of we haven't settled on a road name for her yet.
Well, we have a temporary.
A temporary is Buzzkill. Is that what we're going with?
Buzzkill is the temporary.
So Buzzkill, her knee's been jacked up. She had a scope May 18th to fix a couple tears in her meniscus. That didn't go so well. So she's been waiting to go back in for surgery, which she did yesterday. But she's been hobbling around. And the ride up on Thursday, getting on and off the bike and limping around a little bit at camp and stuff, that really did her in. Her knee swelled right up. She was garbage. So she wasn't going anywhere Friday. She pretty much stayed at the motel with ice on her knee and just relaxed, hoping.
Did you ever leave on Friday? Did you ever leave the hotel?
I left the hotel to go get food. But that was it.
Yeah. We actually.
You guys went for a ride.
The other 3 of us, yes. OG, Banjo, and I rode up over to Paradise and had kind of a late lunch and came back and,
Where'd you guys eat up there? Do you remember?
No, I don't remember. Wait, hold on. Go.
Did you actually eat in Paradise? Whitefish Point, right in that area?
Like a quarter mile out, that restaurant that was right there.
Oh, yeah, and I don't remember the name of it. So yeah, they said about 5 miles north of where they were at in Gold City, the weather was decent. They didn't run into any rain. Was it sunny and cleared up, or just not raining?
Not raining. The sun may have popped out a little bit. But it just no rain, warmed up just a bit.
Yeah. Now, of all of our trips, this was the crappiest weather we've had.
That's a fact.
Always Father's Day weekend, and this weather was crap for Friday. Thursday was beautiful. Friday was shit. Saturday was not much better than shit. We did stay dry Saturday on our ride, but it was overcast. I actually ran into some rain, headed back to the hotel to pick up Buzzkill. She did not go on the ride with me on Saturday because her knee was still bothering her quite a bit. And she wanted to see the biker games and stuff like in the loud sound competition and loudest bike. She's really into that, the burnout. She loves that stuff. So she was saving her knee for that. And so when we got back from our ride, I actually ran down to the hotel and picked her up. And she was ready to go. And we went back and hung out. And I don't know, we hung out till 11 o'clock or so. Saturday night. Watched all the biker games and had a good time.
And you left...
Drank some RJ's beer. I left right before the wet t-shirt contest. And
I was
apparently I missed out on the best wet t-shirt contest ever because apparently the t-shirts did not last very long.
Yeah, it was... it got rather run. It did.
I figured it would.
I could not let my wife do something like that.
Not that I didn't want to hang around and see that. probably at this point in my relationship shouldn't hang around and see that.
I know. I mean,
so yeah,
you're always wearing a dog collar.
There's no dog collar.
Actually, I am.
You are. Oh shit.
Yeah.
So yeah, banjo and
You know how many times OG and I looked at each other and went, "Who the fuck's that?"
Who, banjo?
No, you.
Oh, me? Yeah. So I'm quite taken with my
He's like quite smitten.
quite
Smitten, yeah.
with this new lady. She's something else.
She's pretty cool.
She's very cool. And I really don't want to fuck it up. So I'm like on my best behavior, minding my P's and Q's. And the crazy thing is,
man.
She probably wouldn't give a shit. She's that cool. She'd probably be right there, oh wow, look at those. But I'm being good, and it's just cool. And she loves to ride that frickin' bike, man. Holy shit. So Sunday we left. Now my bike rolled exactly 50,000 miles when I parked it Saturday night. So we left, met these guys in Gould City on Sunday morning to go head home. We went across the bridge to, what was the name of that restaurant? Harborview?
Oh, something like that. Yeah.
I think it was Harborview. Or no, we didn't go to Harborview. Did we go to we went. First we were going to go to the truck stop in St. Ignace. It was packed. There was a wait. We were just like, screw that. It was Yeoman or Yoder or somebody's family diner or something. Isn't that where we ended up going?
Something like that.
Yeoman's. I forget the name of it.
Yeah, I forget.
We could give them a shout out, but
Why would I give a place a shout out?
Well, I said
that stops.
No.
Stops serving breakfast before noon on Father's Day.
On Father's Day, so we go in there. We're set for breakfast. They give us our menus. We're all looking at the breakfast menu.
I got sausage gravy on the cranium, man.
And I'm like, man, this omelet looks delicious. Sausage gravy. I'm all geeked for this omelet. The waitress comes. The first person goes to order, and she's like, "Oh, they didn't tell you no breakfast after 11." We're like, "What?"
Oh
it's
my
like
God.
11:20 or something when we're there. Like, this is garbage.
Yeah, talk about like feeling rejected.
Yeah, it's you get your heart set. You get your heart set on something where you're just like, oh, that's gonna be so good, and then to have it jerked right out from underneath you like that, it's freaking cruel and unusual punishment. So she has to give us some more time so we can figure out what we want, because now we have to look at the lunch menu.
That was hard.
And there was, now I got a hot roast beef or meatloaf sandwich.
Yeah, I got grilled ham and cheese when that came out. I was like, oh man, why didn't I do that? I was disappointed I wasn't getting breakfast until they brought out my lunch, and I'm like, oh my God, does that look good? And there was a lot of it. I couldn't finish it. It was delicious. I was ready for a nap, but I had miles to cover. Right. Now I think we're going way too fast.
We are going a little bit fast.
Because we didn't talk about...
We didn't talk about our ride on Saturday. We didn't talk about the biker games yet.
The biker games. I don't want to talk about the ride because it sucked for me. Remember?
Well, yeah, you were... We did see a bear on Saturday on the ride crossing the road. That was pretty cool.
Yeah.
All right, so let's go back. So we'll dial it back
to biker games.
So
I don't want to.
I went and picked up.
Live that ride.
I went and picked up Buzzkill, and we came back to watch the biker games. And they did
it's
the wiener eater, or whatever it is, where they hang the wiener and the passenger's got to bite the wiener, and
that was funny.
That was fun to watch. They did. What else did they do?
So they did something similar with water balloons.
Oh yeah, so they had to throw it up over the bar and catch it on the other side. And they did the waitress one with the tray.
That was kind of cool.
That was pretty cool.
And then they had some noise stuff.
Yeah, they had loudest sound system, which I don't know. Nothing was like I figured there was going to be some blow you away systems.
Yeah,
you
I
know?
didn't know.
And there was none there. I mean,
I
there were some loud systems, but they weren't like they
The
weren't your
loudest I've ever heard.
outrageous. They weren't your outrageous 27 speakers on your bike.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what they had. I mean, they
all
really
looked
weren't
pretty-
that loud.
They all looked pretty stock. I mean, I was like, oh, I think even my stereo might have been competitive in that lineup.
You know.
And I'm just like, boom, stage one. Loudest bike competition.
Again.
I mean, kudos to who won, but I heard louder bikes this weekend.
Yeah.
When I was trying to order food Saturday when we got there, I heard louder bikes just in the parking lot. But I don't know, maybe they're not into that. I don't know. But it was fun. It was cool. The winners got a nice little plaque. I think they were from Michigan Bike Life. Carl, I think he donated those.
Okay.
So that was pretty cool. I wouldn't mind having one of the plaques. So next year I might just have to enter one. Not the loudest bike, because my bike is not that loud.
Right.
Maybe the stereo competition. I'm kind of wanting to do some upgrades to that, so we'll see.
Right. So that was the biker games.
The burnout contest, that was pretty cool.
Yeah, I guess if you're into
that, the smoke and the noise and the smell, it was pretty good. I kind of like that.
They need to bottle the smell of burnt rubber so I can spray it on me when I go to work every day. That'll keep people away from me.
So yeah, the biker games were cool.
Yep. We already went through wet t-shirt all the way to breakfast.
The band Saturday night was really good. They were really good.
Really good.
Played some stuff that I'm familiar with, but a lot of people aren't.
Right.
Driving and Crying. I was kind of surprised to hear that,
Yeah.
One of my...
They even did Flock of Seagulls.
Yeah, Flock of Seagulls. It was pretty cool. They were good.
But it sounded more rock and roll.
Yeah, it was definitely rock and roll
version.
So they kind of made it.
But even if you go back to the Flock of Seagulls and you look past the freaky fucking haircut,
true.
And they were acting like I don't know what that was. I mean, it wasn't glam rock, but
it was glam pop. I don't know.
It was something.
Yeah.
And but if you can block that out of your mind, I don't know, the music wasn't bad. Maybe that keyboard would drive you nuts, but
yeah, in that time frame, I enjoyed the Flock Seagulls. At that time, they were decent. I don't think I ever owned their tape, their cassette, or anything like that. But
if you did, maybe you'd have to hide it in the closet so your friends didn't see it.
Yeah, I don't think I ever owned that, but I mean, I wouldn't change the station if they came on.
So,
all right.
So the band was good. Boobies were seen. We made it down for not breakfast.
You did not have breakfast. We didn't have we didn't have breakfast either on Sunday. We had lunch.
Everybody was looking forward to that.
Yeah, everybody was looking forward to it. And then everyone kind of went their separate ways.
Oh, you guys didn't ride at all with Banjo?
No.
Carl and I rode together till Lansing.
Yeah, no, because he got on the expressway and boogied. Banjo did.
Okay.
We did not, because she didn't want to go 70 miles an hour with her knee.
Yeah, I get it.
So we went back roads, and it was a really nice ride, let me tell you.
It was a nice day.
It was, I mean, the roads were nice. Some hills, some curves. It was actually a nice ride. I think it was 33 we rode most of the way.
And
it was
when I was riding by myself, I was like maybe going to speed limit. I was just like, I just want
to. That rear suspension really freaked you out.
Oh my God. It was, I mean, we got to the first place that we were going to try to get breakfast.
Yeah, the truck stop
in St. Ignace, and I about freaking kicked the crap out of my bike. I was so pissed off.
I know, you're like, I'm going to sell this fucking thing when I get back. I'm like, oh,
I was mad.
I mean, if you want to give me your suspension, I'll take it and throw it on my bike. I mean, I'm just saying.
You know,
I'll give you my Legends rear suspension, and I'll throw your stuff on my bike, and we'll see how it goes.
yeah.
No.
No need that.
Yeah.
I mean, at this point, I'm not even thinking about rear suspensions, except,
Right.
can I return these
Yeah.
and get my money back?
Right.
You know,
I would think they'll take care of you. I don't know.
I hope. Yeah,
I would hope. Otherwise, it's going to be Joe's Friendly all over.
Yeah,
You're never going to say a good thing about that other
company. Yeah,
company
yeah.
/ podcast.
No, I ain't gonna blame it on him.
You bought it from them.
Yeah, but he didn't
I
make them.
don't know.
I mean, he was pushing them.
Yeah, well, I don't know. I don't know how that works. If they had them in stock and they sent them to you under whatever
No,
questions,
they're actually shipped out of New Jersey. So
whatever questions they asked you. So
he basically doesn't stock them.
Yeah, I don't think they do.
He does an order and then
yeah, that's what I think happens.
Yeah.
But I went with Legends under recommendations from MVD. That's why I went with what I went with. He put those on his bike, and he was very happy with it. So that's what I put on mine.
Okay. Maybe in a while. I mean, it really wasn't on the top of my list,
right,
of things. And you were telling me how much you liked yours.
I love mine, dude.
Yours, and
I cannot wait to do the front.
I watched somebody's video, and I was like, man,
he's a pretty big YouTuber.
Yeah, and so okay, I'm gonna give this baby a try. Now, there might be some other things. Number one is I only put the backs on at that time. I did not do the fronts. Maybe.
Do you need some more of this?
No, I'm good.
All right.
It's empty, but I'm good. So it's.
Well, here, this is Irish too. You can have some of this.
I don't need that either.
Oh, that's good. That's lightweight stuff, dude. That's only like 33%.
Yeah, I still need to drive away from here later.
Well, one drink ain't gonna kill you.
Oh, Jesus Christ. See?
Peer pressure.
The peer pressure I go through?
See, now, he's very Irish. And can't even open a bottle.
I'm telling you. There we go.
So, it is his birthday. He goes, you better have beer. Well, unfortunately,
it's cold.
I have cold beer, and we're not going to mention, Busch Lattes, they're cold. And he was like, he's the guy who drinks Killian's and Guinness and Oberon. He's a craft beer guy. I could go to the bar with him and drink beer with him. And we would drink the craziest stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Unlike some people in the crew, they're very domesticated, we'll say.
Yeah. Yep.
So I knew I wasn't.
I'm not going to eat it if it's green. And
I knew I wasn't going to win him over with saying, "Hey, I got some Busch Light in the fridge," but I did have some Proper 12. Actually, he brought me as a housewarming gift. So I'm like, "Hey, I got Proper 12." He's like, "Okay."
All right.
So I had to give him some Proper 12, and he's being semi-responsible. He denied more Proper 12.
Yep.
But I do have some Shanky's Whip made in Ireland right here in the podcast fridge. And he had to have a little snip of that. So
yeah. So anyhow, so we split up. I went home.
Yeah. Good
Tried.
ride. It was not a good ride home for you? Or it was just because you took your time? Or?
It was a little bit better because I took my time. And
which way did you go?
I went down. So when you tell maps to go from where we were,
right,
to my house,
right,
and you tell it to avoid highways, it actually takes you around Petoskey.
Really?
whole shit lot of turns, and they're a little I mean they are paved back roads,
Right.
but you don't have to go through.
Well, I saw a lot of those when we went too, because it would cut around towns.
Yeah.
And I'd go around towns on back roads and side roads, and I'm like, all right, I'm cool with that.
But if it's a small town where
right,
where the speed limit's 45,
we went around Sheboygan.
Right.
Never saw downtown Sheboygan.
Right. I mean, you drive through Petoskey, and it's busy.
Yeah, I don't like going through Petoskey.
No, it's busy.
It is busy. And we've had incidences in that town and in Traverse City where people are not very friendly towards bikers, and they cut us off. And when Two Hit was riding with us, she almost got in 2 accidents, one in Traverse City and one in Petoskey.
Yeah.
Somebody just being rude and impatient. So yeah, I don't like doing that either.
So, yesterday, I'm heading home from work. I go past Culver's, and
in Manistee.
Yeah, and this woman pulls right out in front of me. Hit the horn.
She hit the horn on you?
No. I did.
You hit your little beep beep horn?
And I had a disconnected wire.
Oh.
When I need the horn, it didn't work.
Bogus, dude. So yeah, that totally sucks.
But
so Sunday we did 369 miles.
Mm-hmm.
We actually went down to Mayville to her son's house for a barbecue. Good time. Met another biker there that follows the podcast, friends with Mike and the group at Steel Horse Ranch, is actually dating Buzzkill's sister.
Okay.
Cool dude. We're actually friends on Facebook. I'd never met him before. I just kind of knew who he was, and then I found out, oh yeah, he's dating my sister, and I'm like, oh yeah, well he seems pretty cool, Met him, cool dude. Had a good time. He actually rode there as well.
Family events.
Yeah, it was a family event. I don't have that. My family is not close. My dad is the oldest of 10, but he's also the black sheep of the family. So, my cousins could walk by me on the street, and chances are I would not recognize them. So, that's just our family. But her family's really close, which I enjoy.
Right.
So we did the cookout thing. Then we rode home. It was a really nice nice ride home. Well, back to her house. I just say home because this is my home away from home kind of right now. So,
sure.
Yeah. So 369 miles with her bum knee. I mean, my hat's off to her. That's hardcore because she does not have a lot of time on the back of a bike.
You guys need some parental guidance or something. I'm telling you,
dude. You have no idea.
So, but heck, so anyhow, I think
a lot of dead air with that thought.
I think over the weekend, I think everybody did roughly 900, if not 1,000 miles.
I was going to say, we had to from Thursday to Sunday. I got Monday in there, so I know I hit 1,000 miles because I rode homes Monday.
Well, yeah.
And that's
but from Ludington to Michihistragen, it's roughly like 290.
I was going to say pretty close to 300.
Right. And so there and back, you might as well say roughly 600.
Right.
And then
you guys did 260-mile rides.
Right. So that's another 320.
So that's 320. So you're easily pushing
at least 900.
Right.
At least.
At least.
So.
And I was easily pretty much easily 1,000 was what I figured from Thursday to Monday.
Right.
Because, I mean, the ride
Well,
home
even though we don't count Monday.
Monday is 180 miles. But
Yep.
even though I didn't count Monday, I still did 360 on Sunday. I did 160 on Saturday.
Well,
Plus,
you can't go counting Monday because
that's
Sunday
fine.
was
That's
the
fine
end.
because I made several trips back and forth from the hotel to Michihistragen at 25 miles per trip, so 50 miles round trip.
So Big E
I did
had a temporary road name this weekend, and we called him Hotel Boy.
Yeah.
So mind you, and this was all being planned.
All good fun.
You know, it's like, hey, we should rest at camp.
And I was down for that. I had my tent, my air mattress, my pump for my air mattress,
like,
my
cool.
sleeping bag.
Cool, I'll do it too.
And I'm down for it. I've done it before.
And so, day before we go, well, we're going to do a hotel room. And I'm still recovering
He's
from
still a little bitter.
crawling on the ground a little bit.
So again, Buzzkill did have knee surgery. Buzzkill was a little worried about being able to get up off the ground from an air mattress. So
now,
being the gentleman that I am, instead of being the cheapskate and just saying, fuck that, we're tent camping.
Right.
It's way cheaper. I got us a hotel.
Right. So next year.
Next year.
For Wild Hogs.
Right. Because I think we're going to end up going back next year. Because.
Oh, so this is going to be.
Well.
A forever.
Not forever. I'm just.
Where.
Because there are people that want to go south. They want to do Tennessee, that they want to go down there. Banjo was actually leading that charge.
Okay.
Problem being, as you are well aware, our Sturgis numbers have pretty much dwindled down to 3.5. And the 0.5 is you not sure if you're going to go.
Right.
So we went from having myself, OG, Wild Bill, Ryno, PP, Scooter, and Sweet Tea. Those were the 7 bikes going. PP is out of commission. He ain't going. He's actually rescheduled for next year. Scooter, from what I heard from you, is not going.
I think he followed along.
He probably followed PP with planning on going next year.
And then
Sweet Tea has never committed one way or the other.
I didn't know that until
so he's not
recently.
going. So that makes it myself, OG, and Wild Bill. Ryno's still on the fence. I say Ryno needs to go. I say he needs to just go. He can stay with us. We have room in our cabin. Our cabin's already reserved. It's pretty much already paid for. I'll only charge him $300, which is what I charged OG. And he's got the cabin for as long as we're there. Probably way cheaper than what you were planning on spending at the other place.
Yeah.
So we had it figured out. It was going to be $300 per person for the cabin. So Wild Bill and his wife, that was $600. Myself and 2 Hit, that was $600. OG was 1, so that was $300. So OG's paid his $300. Wild Bill has paid $500. And I've paid $600. So I would charge you $300 and you'd be good to go.
Right. So yeah. So still running that through my calculator.
If that's any motivation to say fuck it and go to the 85th anniversary, which is going to be kind of a big deal.
Yep.
And actually ride your shit out. And I'm sure PP has got nothing but time to listen to these podcasts, so I'm sure he heard that. That yes, that was a jab, my friend. You too, Scooter.
So
So there was a group of us that were riding out, and then there was a group that was trailering out. Now I cannot give Scooter too much shit because his spouse was going, and she does have a bad back.
Right.
So I can't give him too much shit about not riding out because if I was in that situation, I know I would do the same thing.
Now, is your backpack riding out with you?
If she can get the time off and afford to go, she will go. And I have.
She'll be going.
She wants to go. Oh, she definitely wants to go. She is freaking. So she had surgery yesterday. Questions for the doctor after surgery. First of all, how soon before I can get on the bike? Second question, how soon before I can ride in a car for 3 hours to get over to where the bike's at? I mean, I'm not. And
I'm telling you, people, this is sickening. I mean, it's just like, oh my god. Of course, that's from a guy who's been married for 31 years. So it's like, that's how he did it. Holy smokes!
It is crazy. The connection that her and I have it's just nuts.
It's like, who dat?
Yeah, it's way cool, but it's nuts. And she is freaking, in my opinion, all that in a bag of chips. I mean, she freaking loves to ride the bike, and I mean loves.
So I'm going to have to put a stop to this because we don't need your podcast becoming a devotional channel. We need to stop that now.
You need another beer?
No, I don't.
Is it empty?
No.
Oh.
So, yeah. Not empty.
It's not. Damn it. Well, it is a 16 ounce.
Yeah. So yeah, we gotta.
Yeah, we gotta stop that.
Stop that.
So
that was our
weekend.
Weekend of no shenanigans.
The Wild Hogs weekend that should have been bigger. Was planned to be bigger, but.
So yep.
So I think again next year. There is a good possibility that we will be back up there because, like I said, some of the guys are doing Sturgis next year.
Right.
And that was the whole reason why we did Michihistragen this year is because we were doing Sturgis this year.
Right.
And it wasn't as expensive to go on a guy's trip like we typically do as opposed to go to Michihistragen. Now, it was a little bit more expensive for myself because, again, I got the hotel for 3 nights.
Take that.
That did kind of hurt a little bit, but what are you gonna do?
You went over to Manistee?
I went by Manistee.
You didn't have anything in that motel open?
And I probably should have called Mike at Colonial and checked, but I know in past years he's been booked. We've gotten it pretty early from him because that's typically where we stay. So I went with Budget Host at Manistee. And I'll give them props where props are due. Their rooms were very clean. They were nicely decorated and they looked nice.
Were they Colonial clean?
They were probably as clean as the Colonial.
Okay.
Their Wi-Fi, sketchy at best. Their TV's a little bit on the small side, in my opinion. Their staff, very friendly. Now, this was...
Mike friendly?
No. Well, maybe. I mean, the girl working the desk was very friendly.
Okay.
And they were Indian.
Okay.
Dot, not feather.
I was just going to say that.
Very nice. Very nice. I mean, every day that I... So they didn't have the continental breakfast that it said on the internet, but they did have coffee, which was really all I was concerned about. But every morning when I went over there to get my coffee, they were all, how was things, and they asked me the questions, and they were very polite and very nice. I would stay there again. Okay. Their prices were not crazy. And like I said, the rooms were clean. It was their first weekend being open. So I don't know if that's why there was no continental breakfast. I think there was us and one other person staying there.
Oh, okay.
So, nice place. Their hot water, very hot.
Very hot.
Very hot. Which, I mean, if you want to shower, that's great. But it was actually like burn your flesh off your bones hot. Yeah.
So that was the ride that was our weekend.
Wild Hogs 2025. That's
Yeah, it
what we
wasn't
did.
so much.
It wasn't very wild.
I can't. I don't know if we can even call it Wild Hogs, man.
No, we probably shouldn't,
You know,
because I mean there was only the four of us.
and
The core group, the typical hogs, were not
right.
there.
And typically,
Scooter and PP are usually leading the charge.
it's the guys.
And it's
right?
just guys.
It's the guys thing.
You know. And we had decided this year that we
I
weren't.
think that's why the rain come, was because we brought a woman. And that's what the biker guys are like. Guys, this is a guys' weekend.
And maybe it's my fault. Whatever.
Yeah.
But it had actually been planned as being because Princess or McGiddy, I don't know how to pronounce her new name, McGiddy's. She was actually going to go.
So was somebody else. And
So was somebody else?
yeah, but they're not around anymore.
Oh, okay.
So anyhow, and so
We had decided it was okay this year to include the girls
within
on
the
the Wild
girls
Hogs, but the girls kind of figured out.
for one reason or another,
Right.
we're no longer there.
Either left the club or their husbands were dancing with trees and lost, fighting with trees and lost.
All right. And so at that point, it was like, no.
And Big E fell in love. And
Oh, my God.
so he invited his girl, and so, yeah.
Yeah.
But it was fun.
Worse than Thumper.
I mean we had fun. For the most part.
We could call her Thumper.
No, maybe. I don't know. I don't know how that would go over.
So I'm in charge of
He has
somebody's road
appointed
name.
himself.
Hey, you agreed. I mean, you signed off.
Because he apparently almost has as much time involved in this relationship as I do.
Yeah, I mean, it's been hell.
Dude, I found her.
It's been hell.
So, yeah.
So anyhow, I'm ready for another brouhaha. Another brouhaha.
Would you like a spotted cow, or would you prefer the bush latte?
Might as well keep giving me the crap. We'll get rid of them somehow.
Yeah. So, Buzzkill is a bush latte drinker. Nothing wrong with that, I guess.
So now I have questions.
So you need one of them?
Oh.
Birthday boy.
So anywho, what rides are coming up?
So, good of you to ask. Good of you to ask. What do we have upcoming? So, I know this weekend we have a couple things going on. One of them is the Warriors Oath official birthday bash out at Wilwyn's. If you don't know where that's at. You can Google it. It is on Google. I guess maybe I'll do a shooter of that. You already did it?
Oh, sorry.
Oh.
I got
Party
half
foul.
of it left.
It's like a party foul, dude. You have to do another one. Drink that one.
All right.
So I had all these little shooter bottles in here that I got from Christmas parties and such not and whatever.
Okay, now what are you handing me?
So left or right?
That way.
Left? All right.
Oh.
So I think PP was in charge of buying these for a Christmas party for a rap game, the Saran wrap game. PP loves his 99 proof
Cherry.
banana, and this one's actually watermelon.
What is this, like
That one's
vodka
black
or?
cherry. No, it's just schnapps. It's 99 proof. It's hardcore.
All right, so
It'll burn your anus when.
so Slancha.
Slancha.
Slancha. There we go.
Yeah, happy birthday, bro.
Yeah.
That was really good sound effects. I'm just saying. I don't think you could duplicate that. Woo!
Wow.
That's got a little bite to it. Huh.
Oh boy, like cough medicine.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, they are.
Okay, so
yeah,
Warriors out old birthday bash.
Saturday at Wilwin's at 2:00. Pretty much everyone's welcome. I will be going to that, and as well as Buzzkill. She's not sure how her knee's going to be feeling, but she really wants to ride the motorcycle some this weekend.
Vroom, vroom.
I'm going over Friday to get her and bring her back here.
Oh, so you're not going to go to the concert?
What? I work from 6 to 2 on
I
Friday.
know, we get her like Thursday.
We have a meeting on Thursday.
Oh, well, we get
The
her
founders
tomorrow.
meeting.
Okay, well, so, all right, so anyhow,
I threw that.
there's that
out to
ride.
her. I told her. She's like, "Well, that sucks." Maybe I can work on her. Maybe I'll go get her tomorrow. Maybe I'll go get her Thursday after our meeting. It'll be a late night for me, but maybe I can do that.
right, so anyhow, well, there's that ride. Or not ride.
Rolling Thunder has their
Rolling Thunder has Thunder at the River this weekend, Friday at 3:00
is a wall escort.
from the VFW in Manistee to the casino.
How
And
far is
then
that? Like 3 miles. It's not.
no, it's
Is it
5 or 6.
5 miles?
Yeah, but it's I mean it's I've done that ride the last 2 years. I mean I work right there, so I just run out and ride back, and I mean you just seen the resolve on all the bikers' face
I was gonna say.
for doing something so sacred is escorting.
If you have never done a wall escort, you definitely need to do one.
Right.
It is one of the most moving things you can do. When we did the one for the blessing a few years back on a Friday and it was crappy weather.
Yeah.
Misty, rainy, wet.
And that's good
soggy.
because they can't see you crying then. But,
Yeah.
no.
But the people, dude, it's emotional. You see
It is.
all the people lined up, and they were literally
At their driveways, at the
Anywhere-
crossroads,
anywhere there was a driveway or a crossroad, there was somebody out there
waving flags.
waving the flag, and just it was so moving. If you never do anything but you get a chance to do a wall escort, totally do it. It is amazing.
And so that was the most moving one I've ever done.
The one from
From Reed City.
Newego.
Newego.
Yeah, that was
That was the best one I've ever done. But I've done several.
You have done several. That was the
Yeah.
only one I've done. Now, aside from the just being totally amazing, the bike next to me had an amazing Reinhardt exhaust on his song. It's so fucking good. I mean, I was like, dude, that bike is sounds so good. I will ride here all day long.
So anyhow, on Friday at 3:00, Manistee
2:00.
VFW.
2:00.
No, 3:00 for the wall escort.
No, it's 2:00.
Oh, it is?
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm pretty sure. Check the flyer, but I'm pretty sure it's at 2:00.
Okay.
That's, yeah.
Let me look.
You better look, but I think it's Friday at 2:00. He's looking it up right now. We'll see if Big E is knowledgeable or not.
You are. 2 p.m.
Say that again.
2 p.m.
All right. So I was right.
Yeah.
I never get tired of that. Hearing I'm right. Yeah, it's good.
But you really like to hear when he's wrong.
So there's a motion to change my road name to Big Ego.
Big Ego. Big Ego. There's been some other ones that I totally reject.
Yeah, I reject most of them. Big Ego I'd be okay with. Kind of a big deal I'd be okay with.
Right. So anyhow, what other rides are out there this weekend? I mean,
So that's Friday. They actually have a ride on Saturday as well.
Saturday, KSU, noon, right out where Rolling Thunder is all set up. There's some vendors and stuff. KSU is at noon. From there,
and
it's about 3 hours.
We've done that ride before.
Yeah,
I think it's $30.
maybe.
So I went and looked at. Yeah, it's $30. But I don't know if you'll get a T-shirt this year. The year I did it, we got a T-shirt, which was cool. We got $10 worth of freaking casino money, which was cool. I mean, that right there covers your $30.
Right.
I don't know if there's if you pay for the wall escort too. You know?
No. You just lined up.
Oh, okay.
So, so there's that. So, I think I'll be doing that ride and then heading to the Warriors Oath birthday party afterward.
Depending on how Buzzkill's knee is, we may do the ride on Saturday, then go to Warriors Oath.
Yeah.
But she does not want to push her knee because she really needs to get back to work.
Exactly. Yeah.
So I'm not going to push her to do it. But we're going to go to the Warriors Oath party for sure.
Sure. So I'm going to go there. I think I might pack a tent just in case. Otherwise, I will end up back up at the casino in my RV.
Yeah. Oh, your RV's going to be up there.
Yeah.
Oh, for concert night too. Will it be up there for concert night? Dude, I would love to go to the concert. And I think.
And sleep in the back of my.
Oh, I don't give a shit about that. I'll sleep on the fucking inner car. I don't care.
Yeah, but you'd be on a motorcycle.
It wouldn't be the first time that I was supposed to be the designated driver. So, buddy of mine contacted me for Queensrÿche tickets. I got Queensrÿche tickets. If you'll be my designated driver, you can go. Okay. Epic fail. Epic fail. So I went to the concert. It got better because I knew somebody else that was going to the concert that has a connection with the band.
Yeah.
And she was like, come find me when you get there. We'll go king section. He had queen section seats. She says, we'll be in the king section.
Did you get backstage?
Oh, yeah. I went backstage.
That was the only problem was you didn't meet Jeff Tate.
And you know what?
Or Chris DeGarmo, because he's been gone for years.
No, I did meet Chris DeGarmo. He was there.
Oh, really?
At that show, he was there. Yeah.
Did he rejoin Queensrÿche or something?
At that time, he was still part of it. At that concert, he was still part of it.
Because he was gone long before Jeff left.
Really?
Oh, long.
Really?
2 albums.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, well then maybe I didn't meet him. The coolest dude was the bass player, Jackson.
Okay, yeah.
He was way cool. We sat there and talked to him backstage. Then we went out to the fucking bar at the casino and drank with them guys till 4 o'clock in the morning.
Wow.
So there was no designated driver because we were out drinking with the band till 4 o'clock.
Yeah, well, that's always fun.
It was a freaking blast. Still my all-time favorite band, hands down.
You know,
I would love to meet Tate, and my connection to the band could probably arrange that. Like I said, she was like, "Oh, you guys are king section."
You know, wow, this is going to be the music portion of our.
Well, you know.
Of our
we do
of our new format or your new format, whatever.
Well, and All right, so go ahead, and then we'll talk about the format changes.
Right. So it's it, when that kind of stuff happens, right? So DeGarmo leaves, and then Jeff Tate and the rest of the band are feuding. It's almost like you're the child of divorcees that are fighting, because you want to, I mean, they're a great band. I seen them for the first time, Rage for Order tour.
Okay.
They were opening up for Ozzy. So
I've seen them twice, and both times I've been at the casino.
right.
One time as a DD, and then one time I actually won tickets from the casino for a comment on Facebook, which was cool. I took 2 hit. She didn't like it at all, which is fine with me. I thought it was awesome.
Should have been a sign.
It should have been a red flag.
So I think every time I've seen them, and I've never seen them at the casino because I just never went.
You've never seen them?
No, because I didn't want to, because
Dude,
it was like
the first time I saw them at the casino,
it was unpure.
It was amazing. What is the new singer, Todd?
I mean, he's got a great voice. Don't get me wrong. He sounds just like him.
Oh yeah, I mean, you close your eyes. If you don't look at him, you close your eyes, and it's Tate. I mean, it's that.
So I've seen a video where they're comparing the two singing "Take Hold."
Right.
Okay, which is a very early Queensryche song, right? And you can't tell the difference.
Oh no,
at all.
Like Silent Lucidity.
Yeah.
You couldn't tell. You couldn't tell. It was amazing. I am a big Tate fan, though.
Sure.
Operation Mindcrime, his band.
Yeah. So that was years and years and years of having 2 Queensryche bands touring.
Right.
Until they settled it in court, and Queensryche cannot. I don't think they can play anything off Operation Mindcrime.
They can't. No.
And Jeff Tate owns the rights to that, and his band Operation Mindcrime can play it.
Right.
So that's just kind of weird.
So
but similar things we got going on are Great White and Jack Russell's Great White.
Jack Russell's Great White. Yeah.
And I think I seen Great White without Jack Russell last year.
Yeah.
And
so one thing I will say about hanging out with Brother Ryno, like I'm a music fiend. I'm into music, and so is Brother Ryno.
And I trump his ass.
He knows. Yeah. Well, he is musically inclined. He's a drummer. Blah blah blah.
Yeah. So what do you call a guy who hangs out with a band?
Yeah.
A drummer.
Yeah. And the connection that OG and I have always had too is he is musically inclined. He's a bass player.
Yeah.
So we can talk music.
Yeah. PP and those are the guys who actually fuck up the beat, not the drummer. It's the bass player.
PP and I mean, while we're brothers and we're tight in different areas, music to PP is just noise.
He doesn't,
He listens to Beyonce and Britney Spears and that kind of shit. Not really.
So I got you guys to the lead of Ford concert,
Ryno
right?
and I, we can talk music. And Ryno has a connection at the casino where he sometimes gets us into concerts, maybe a little bit for a discounted price or whatever. He's got big stand. So we go to concerts with Ryno sometimes, and we have a good time because we have similar tastes in music. So I can talk music with Ryno. Dude, I have like 6 listeners, and none of them work at the casino.
Okay, good deal. So music, like, makes the world go round. Woohoo.
It does. It makes the world go round. And that's one thing I like about Buzzkill is she likes music. She's really into music. And our music styles jive pretty good.
Right.
Not to make this
So anyhow, I'm actually going to go back to our trip.
Okay, go back to our trip.
Okay, so we packed everything on our bikes, right? We got 1-man tents. We got camping chairs, which are what's that?
I did have a camping chair, but
yeah. So
I did not have a tent.
so the camping chair is better than sitting your ass on the ground, but it's really not that comfortable.
Yeah. So typically we pack a backpacking tent on our bikes. My chair is always on my bike.
Yeah, same here.
So it's small, doesn't take up a lot of room,
Right.
and I always have a chair.
So we show up there, we set up our stuff, we're getting out our camping chairs, and the neighbors they got 3 rigs organized, so they have their little complex over there.
Not their first time.
Not their first, and that's usually how I camp.
Right.
But anyhow, they got a campfire, and they looked over at the poor gentleman who got swindled by a guy who's in a hotel, and so they invite us over. Now, I guess I'm the social butterfly because I'm the only one that went over. And,
You are.
and they were probably
I totally
regretting
would've gone
inviting me over.
I totally would have gone over if I had been staying in a tent at the campground.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think that was ever the plan.
It was actually the plan, dude.
So anyhow, so they invited us over. Now I told them about this podcast,
Oh, you did.
and I don't know all their names.
So I've
but-
actually picked up a few listeners since the event. Matt Peak, who we met Saturday night.
Is that the one that we also met out in Reed City for that wall?
I don't think so. No, that was a different guy.
Okay, but I seen him there too.
Yeah. Matt Peak. Apparently he's kind of a big deal too.
Right. You need to give me stickers. Cause
I'll totally give you stickers.
because I was like selling it.
I was putting them
and
up
that one guy that we
everywhere.
met out in Reed City and stuff.
Yeah.
Because I was like, "Where's Eric? I need a sticker." And they already left.
Yeah, I'll totally give you stickers. Dude. I got
But
no problem
anyhow,
with that.
there was the guy inside.
But the guy who's got the lawn care service, his wife said, or his girlfriend, I don't know if she's his wife or girlfriend.
But
they have
anyhow,
like 50 lawns to do tomorrow.
right. But anyhow, I forget his name.
Hey, shut the fuck up.
No. I did
No.
find a sticker about the podcast.
You found
to
one?
give to him.
Nice.
I gave him one of my chips. And
So Ryno has chips. We got to make him kind of a big deal too, I think.
oh boy.
We're gonna push that.
Right. So anyhow,
We're gonna talk.
I gave him one of my chips and told him to reach out because they're doing a lot of charity work. They're not a club; they're an organization,
Right.
kind of like Rolling Thunder.
Yeah.
And so I said, hey, look us up, and I'm sure Eric would love to get you on the podcast.
Oh, definitely.
But they're doing a lot of charity stuff too. So when you tune in here to Mid-Michigan Biker Podcast, there's stuff about bikes, there's stories from the road, there's
Right.
all this other stuff, but there's also the fact that, and this is one of the things I'm most proud of associating with, and that is the entire biker community, at least here in West Michigan, because they're the most generous folks. Those people up in the UP,
Bikers are totally the most generous
Generous.
people you'll ever meet.
and You know, I mean, and for the money that they give, and they own Harleys, okay?
Yeah.
So you don't have a lot of money left over, you know, after you get your Harley and, you know, you change out your exhaust.
Maintain your Harley and upgrade your Harley.
You got to upgrade it. You got to make it yours. But the money that they give is a proud point in my life, and you know, every time I throw my cut on and you know I ride down the road, some people may, you know, oh look at the biker, you know, but I have that sense of pride of and you know, and I hang out with the best Christians on this planet at biker rallies.
Yeah, ain't no lie there.
So
I'm going to go out on a limb here, and I'm going to say the best people on this planet are bikers. 99% of the bikers out there are so generous, such good people, such open, welcoming people. They are amazing. It is no joke.
Amazingly curious, too.
Curious, amazingly caring, just good people. I have met...
Maybe a little rough around the edges.
Some of them are, but I have met so many good people. Mike, Steel Horse Ranch, great people. All the people that work there, all the different businesses are there.
I feel like I'm family.
And you are.
Yeah.
And that's exactly how they treat you there.
Yeah.
Family. Hobo Bud.
Oh God, yeah.
What a great soul. What a great person.
Hobo Bud. Freaking Honda Dan.
Honda Dan.
Everywhere I look, he's there.
So Dan, you need your own Facebook page, your own following.
Honda Dan is everywhere I look. She's been like on the last
Gypsy Rider.
Well,
great person.
I haven't seen her.
You haven't met her, but I have.
But I see her on the
podcast. A great person. So many great people in the biker community. I mean, just amazing group.
You know, and it's it's great when you got people. Who are volunteering. You know, I mean, our group volunteers a lot. Oh my God, Baca, those volunteers.
Oh yeah,
are freaking awesome.
I'm pissed because I can't find my patch.
Me either.
So I have to go. I have to get another one this year.
Yeah, down
at Bike Time.
At Bike Time. You know, but you got a lot of groups.
So many good groups committed.
And one of the reasons why we have a riding club. I mean, nothing is keeping us from getting together and going riding, right?
Right.
But you do that, and you feel a connection, and you feel like, God, I want to be part of something greater than me alone. And this is where we end up.
So that's human nature, actually.
Yeah.
You want to be a part of something bigger and better than what you are. It's just human nature.
Exactly. So the Patriot Saints Club, we have a ride coming up July 12th for the Area 24 Special Olympics. KSU is 11 o'clock from the
I think we'll be there at 9:30 till 10:30. Will be registration.
Yep. Oh, registration, and I can tell you that don't eat anything. Just get a Bloody Mary at the Ludington Pub because it'll feed you plenty.
They have agreed to be open early for us.
Yes. So our is it okay? Do you think it's okay to go through the route?
It's fine to mention the businesses that are upon our route.
So So,
Of course, registration can be Ludington Pub. That's where we're going to be our starting point. Great Bloody Marys. Great place to go. They have great food there. If you're ever in Ludington and want to go eat, Ludington Pub, awesome. We eat there frequently. We drink there more frequently. It is usually one of our stops when we're on, quote unquote, not necessarily on tour with our bikes, but we might be in the area.
Oh, you mean those days where we all have
the days
shit?
where we might,
Yeah,
the days where we might meet at the local Eagles Club and be drinking and decide we want to go eat like a Friday night or a Saturday night.
Yeah.
We decide we need food. We typically go to the Ludington Pub. Great food.
So anyhow,
Great service.
we start there.
We're actually starting there.
And then
we are
our
going to
first stop is
the
the
jailhouse.
jailhouse.
And again, I love the Jailhouse Bar in Manistee for multiple reasons. One is great service. They do have really good food there.
They
actually.
do. But it's not our lunch stop, unfortunately.
No, it's not our lunch stop, but they do have good food there. I highly recommend them if you're in the area. They're they have good food.
Yes. And then our next stop after that is Oak Grove out
Tavern.
in Irons.
In Irons. Another great stop. Good food.
Good service.
Good service. They have a patio area. So does Jailhouse. A good stop. I mean, just good people.
Right.
Then after there, we are going to
Silver Bullet.
Silver Bullet.
Now.
Which, let me tell you.
Our sister has been out there slinging drinks and stuff.
Hustling. She's been hustling out there.
Yep.
Silver Bullet Saloon and Branch.
McGiddy's, right? McGiddy's is
Our
their
princess.
new one? Whatever.
Yeah, I don't.
Princess.
I don't know what to call her. I mean, we called her Princess for
Too long.
yeah. And now she's got McGiddy's on her vest.
Right.
I don't know.
You know, so she's been out there working, so that obviously just makes that place a little bit better.
Obviously,
because McGiddy's is out there.
It was already a good place to go.
Exactly. But now it's a little bit
they do
better
have
of a place
good
to
food.
go.
I highly recommend the Silver Bullet fries.
Yeah.
They do wings on Wednesday. So we shot pool for them. Myself, PP, McGiddy's, and Whatnot.
Whatnot.
We'll say Whatnot. We won't say the other person. We'll throw Whatnot in there. And OG, depending on what day. We shot pool for them. Wednesday nights, Wing Wednesdays, 75-cent wings. Phenomenal.
Woohoo. So anyhow.
That place is awesome. I love going out there. Silver Bullet in Branch. It's actually out by Ruby Creek.
Yeah.
There's actually a bike night for Thunder Roads magazine on
Tuesday,
June 24th. Big E and the crew, I'm assuming, will be out there.
We're going to be out there.
Definitely come hit me up. I'll have stickers on me. Blah, blah, blah.
And then the
25th.
Well, the very next night.
The very next night, we have a bike night at Docks for the Patriot Saints.
Yes.
We'll be there selling 50-50 tickets.
50 tickets and helping out however we can.
Helping out however we can.
This is actually these bike nights at Docks there at the river are co-hosted on a weekly basis.
Yeah, boy. Hold on.
With hold on. Oh, that was a dud. So, Miss Sawyer, Kid with the Cause.
I still need to get her on the podcast.
You haven't got her on?
I have not had her on. I will talk to her on that Wednesday.
I'll get it done.
Then we're out there. I would love to have her on the podcast.
So I've known Sawyer for a long time.
Right.
Back in the day, my granddaughters were in her Girl Scout troop when they put all these little barrels out throughout Ludington with little army men, so people could just grab an army man and as a kind of a salute to our heroes. So we'll get her on here.
Sorry about your luck, dude.
Was that?
Sorry about your luck.
Oh, okay, good deal. So, yep.
So she is probably the most outspoken, she is an amazing young lady. I'm just going to say that. She is very articulate. How long has she been doing this? For years.
Absolutely.
She's amazing. If you're not familiar with her, look her up. She is awesome.
So Miss Sawyer and her organization has, and I don't really have any numbers in front of me, but I know that they have done Christmas care baskets and care baskets for holidays I don't even know about. I mean, they just,
really support our military, our veterans.
Active, yeah. Well, mostly active with care packages. I mean, understanding that, even in the best deployment, you're away from home,
Right.
and so you don't have the comforts of home, and she sends them about, and
really amazing.
And you can't, Miss Sawyer is an amazing young woman, but you can't overlook her mom, who's been super supportive of her.
Oh, yeah.
Through this whole thing, Heather. Heather is pretty awesome,
Oh, yeah. I am in awe of her. No lie. Just at the age she started doing all this.
Oh, yeah.
Just amazing.
Like I said, my granddaughters were kind of on her shirt tails.
Right.
That whole initial part of it earned them a trip to Washington, D.C. as a Girl Scout group.
Right.
And with Miss Sawyer and her crew's reputation, they got to,
I'm like totally in awe of everything that they do. She is just an awesome young lady. She's,
So without the announcement, because this is something I've been pushing Big E for, and this is kind of a hero's corner talking, and we kind of went into that.
We've been talking about that.
Yeah. Well, we did it without announcing it. Miss Sawyer would be our first hero.
I would totally agree with that, and I have totally wanted to get her on the podcast for almost as long as the podcast has been going.
I'm going to work on it.
And as you should.
I will. I'll get that. I'll get it done, dude.
Because, dude, so
Miss Sawyer will be on the podcast
in my
before
past,
the end of June.
In the past location, PP was the closest brother to me. And you know that PP and I are like way tight, and we will always be way tight.
Oh, absolutely.
So it was always easier to get PP on the podcast.
I was 20 minutes away.
Yeah. So now I'm like in town.
3 miles away.
You were like away from me, like 5
way
minutes.
Closer than PP was.
And so is Scooter. Scooter's like right around the corner, basically.
Sure.
So you guys can totally be on the podcast anytime. I love having Ryno on the podcast. Him and I click. The biggest thing is the music thing. Ryno and I can talk music, and we do. And
And then it's like 2 in the morning. It's like, shit, what do we do?
Yeah. So, again, I'm very into music, and so is Ryno. So that we have that bond. So like we did the music podcast about riding.
Yeah, I think
riding music.
I think you need to.
And OG is the same.
We could fit that
the same
into
way.
an episode, though,
We
right?
could totally do another episode on that anytime.
Or just part of the format, right? Every week we talk about
we could totally do
a little bit of music.
Like every week, another thing I love about Buzzkill, she's really into music, and she has actually introduced. Dude, that's just rude. She has totally introduced me into different groups.
Oh, hopefully it's not like Spandau Ballet or something.
No, like
God damn.
Have you heard of Sleep Token?
Nope.
You should check them out, dude. It's pretty good. It is on her quote unquote slower style. So she is very upbeat. Sleep Token. Check them out. Granite is a good song. There's a couple other ones I'll let you know. But
I'll listen to it, but there might need to be intervention. So stay tuned.
So like, she'll get up, have her morning coffee, and have her music like at neighbor complaint levels. I'm just gonna say.
Yeah. See here we are. We're like. We're back in the Love Shack. Love Shack, baby.
Hey, no.
I got me a car and it's as big as a whale.
So anyone interested in of Scooter Karaoke Love Shack, totally messaged me. I have them. No, she's like. So, like, one of the things I use to judge people, as shallow as it may be,
shallow ego,
is music. There, if I like a certain genre, and seriously, you don't like that certain genre, you and I are not going to get along. If we can't go on a road trip together and listen to the freaking radio,
at least we went this.
We are not getting along.
Exactly.
Buzzkill and I, our playlists are close enough where we can totally get along.
Big E is going to have a second podcast called "As Our Stomach Turns," and that'll be about his love life. And
I actually have the 2025 road music or something like that playlist on Spotify. I will totally share it with you. It has a pretty wide variety of music on it.
So, what's in your playlist?
Exactly. The 2024 playlist is like huge. I'm gonna backtrack a little bit as to Michihistragen.
Oh.
So I was totally 110% looking forward to meeting one listener, one very dedicated listener who actually introduced me to Jason Weiss and the Michihistragen, Chris Bennett. That was an epic fail. He was there. He was actually there on Thursday when we got there, and he was messaging me back and forth. But as you know, service sucked there.
Oh, really bad.
Really bad. Because I have wanted to meet Chris for years now. He has been one of the biggest supporters of the podcast.
Yeah.
He always comments on my posts. He always likes my posts. Super cool guy. I was actually looking forward to meeting him at the Blessing, but things didn't work out. So then I was actually super geeked that it's going to be at Michihistragen because I know he is there every year because him and Jason are tight.
But he was only there for Friday?
He was only there for I think Thursday.
Thursday,
And then Friday he had something else going on. We were messaging back and forth.
Yeah.
He was telling me where he was at, and I'm like, I don't know where you're at.
In hindsight,
I'm at the Thunder Rose magazine tent. Because Thursday when we got there, I hung out with RJ and Allie. Quite a bit. Well, a little bit. Just because I mean, RJ and I are pretty tight.
In hindsight, it was nice not having cell service.
Funny how that works.
Now there's a little anxiety. He's like, "Oh fuck, I'm not connected." But then it's like, I'm not connected.
So
you got an excuse, right?
Right. So flashbacks back to the days when I drove for the Big Red Machine. For those of you that don't know what the Big Red Machine are,
I know what it is.
You know what that is. So we had Nextel, if you remember Nextel.
Yeah.
With the freaking chirp and the freaking walkie-talkies and all that bullshit. So
fail.
I would go down the hill on 37 or 10, which is as a nickname, but we won't go into. I would go down the hill and I would lose service.
Oh, God.
And I lived in Branch/Walhalla, and service would not pick up again till Shonaher Road.
Shonaher?
Shonaher, whatever they call it.
Jesus
That's like
Christ.
Chovy and Chavez. What the fuck ever.
Freaking cheesehead.
So I could leave work, and once I got to the hill on 10, with the nickname, I would lose service on my Nextel. So the work could not contact me when I was at home. So that was an awesome thing.
So I think my first cell phone was a bag phone.
Oh, yeah. I had a cell phone.
And it was through car telephone. I think it was CenturyTel.
I actually had through Alltel, I think it was.
Right. That was a little bit later. So anyhow, every time I got close to Ludington Beach, I'd roam over to frickin' Wisconsin.
Yeah.
And then I'd spend 45 minutes arguing with
the roaming fee.
with the cell phone company. I was not in Wisconsin, damn it.
Right.
And then they would like...
Right. Thank God we don't have that issue anymore.
I mean, Christ, the connection and... Well... Mind you, back then, there was no data connection.
Oh, no.
There was nothing like that.
No.
And now, freaking almost anywhere that you are, you can download data faster than you could with a T1 line back in the day.
Oh, T1.net. Oh, yeah.
T1.net.
Dial up, baby.
So, and I go back even before that. And I doubt that any of these folks are going to be listening to the Mid-Michigan Biker channel. But there was a group of us.
AOL.
Oh, no. AOL.
So, I had somebody message me with an AOL freaking email.
But we were geeks. There was this guy.
That totally exists still.
And bless his soul, because he's passed. His name was Bill Curran. And this is back before anybody had internet access, dude.
Oh, really?
And us geeks,
so
me.
Ryno is a geek.
I'm an IT guy.
He's an IT guy. So the guy I'm training is actually an IT guy too. My current trainee. For Blue Cross Blue Shield, he was the IT guy for
cool.
how long? Super nice guy.
Right. So anyhow, back before the internet, we had what was called BBSs, bulletin board servers, and you had to have a phone number and this.
I had no clue that even existed.
I know.
I'm just saying.
They got so. Now, on the BBS, it was a product called Wildcat BBS. So when you got your updates, you would have a directory of other BBSs that you could dial into
Right.
and play chess, which a chess game would take a fucking week. Mostly if they only had one phone line.
Right.
As our local one did. So we all got together and said, like, hey, if we double our dues, will you buy another phone line? So we can, like, actually get through a game of chess and, and on that directory of other BBSs was my first internet connection.
Oh, wow.
University of Nebraska, free account.
Really?
Not a free phone call, though. That was back when you got charged for. So my wife was like pissed because I had like a $400 phone bill because I was surfing the net, baby.
Oh man!
And so those are those early days.
So your wife is like the most docile person on the planet.
Hey, she's married to me. Life is great.
I have the opportunity to work with Sue, and I actually onboarded Sue, which was a first for me.
She didn't convince you that I'm the best thing since sliced bread?
No. So I actually worked with Sue's sister at a grocery store back in my early teens, or my late teens, I guess. I knew Sue through school.
Yeah, they can't hear your finger quotes, dude.
I know they can't, but I never knew exactly what she saw in Ryno. I never saw it. I'm like, what the fuck? What the fuck is she doing? And
then you seen me in the shower and went, I get it.
No. I still don't get it. Ryno is a good dude. I knew his brother. I've known his brother for years.
It's like Eric. My face is up here, buddy.
Whatever.
Yeah. I mean, hey, I'm not judging.
Hey.
You be how you want to be, brother.
Dude, you can't judge. So, yeah. Ryno and I have actually run in the same circles without running into each other.
Thank God.
I knew his older brother.
My brother-in-law.
But typically, and your brother-in-law. I mean, I knew OB, Swamp. Swamp has known me since I was
right. Like, and I remember seeing you throughout the years because I'm all around and I'm like, God, he's an asshole. And so I kind of avoided you. But anyhow, it's amazing. Mostly, and I'm sure it's not unique to Mason County. But hell, I'll be 2,000 miles away from this place. And, did you say you're from Ludington?
Dude. Well, maybe for work you've been 2,000 miles away. Really? Is there something you'd like to say? Here you go.
Oh, God,
say
have the dog talk.
Come on. Tell me.
Harley
wants to tell me something.
Harley ain't gonna say shit.
Come on. Here's your chance. I think he's trying to tell me he wants to go outside, but...
Well, I think we're getting there, aren't we?
So, we're 1 hour, 38 minutes.
Oh, God, we could go for days.
We totally could. So, I have podcasts that I have not released that are a couple hours long.
One of them because we just fucking rambled on
a couple hours
everywhere,
long.
Man.
So they are definitely bourbon and beer related podcasts, and
maybe a little sweet leaf.
Well,
on my part,
on your part, and dude, I can't wait till the day I retire. I'm just saying.
Yeah, well,
The CDL kind of.
no, I really think that there will be a legitimate test introduced and a law affirming that test would take care of somebody like you.
Oh, you're not wrong. You're not wrong.
That's going to happen
So,
within the next 5, I believe.
they're working on it. I know they're working on it. So, I'm not going to lie here. I haven't had a whiz quiz since 2020. So, some of the brothers are like, dude, you totally need to try gummy. You totally need to try this. And
I'm like, you totally don't need to do anything you don't want to do.
I'm like, yeah. Ryno's like, no, you don't need to do that. And I'm like, as much as I would love to try that, I know the minute I try that, the next day I'm going to get calls for a whiz.
That's how luck works.
And especially my luck.
Yeah.
My luck is, if I didn't have bad luck, I wouldn't have any luck at all.
I call it shit luck, but
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
Totally.
So God, this is like...
Yeah, we're like going on an hour and 40 minutes right now.
Tune in next week for more.
So next week we'll talk about the Warriors. Really? What do you have to say? What do you have to say? So the podcast dog, Harley, come here. What do you have to say?
Well, God, like he's going to bark on demand.
He might. He might not, though.
Come here, buddy. Look at Ooh. Maybe I like you.
So Harley, the podcast dog, has nothing to say, apparently, on microphone, on demand. He has plenty to say when we don't have the microphone. As you can. What?
But he didn't really say anything.
Well, I think he's
Are you sure he's a male?
Huh?
Sure he's a male?
He has a unit.
Okay.
Oh. What?
He may be confused because he says shit and doesn't really say anything.
I will actually post a picture of Harley the podcast dog.
Harley.
You
all right, buddy?
So, I mean, look at him. He's pretty much freaking the cutest dog ever.
Too small.
Well,
Too
you're
small.
not. So, I was never a small dog kind of person.
Yeah, but then, you had a reduction of testosterone, and here you are.
Dude, you're a dick. So two had Dexter, who was a small dog, who was he was
hairless dog.
He was
my God,
hairless, and he was cool as shit.
He was cool.
So,
but a hairless dog, who does that?
Right. So I kind of wanted a small dog. So, her and her daughter actually found me Harley, who is a quote-unquote muggin. That is the... So, I'm just going to go off on a tangent here for a second. So, designer dogs, mutts, when I was growing up, were like nothing. I mean, to be honest, if a pug and a miniature pinscher had a puppy, it would be a mutt. But in society today, it's a quote-unquote designer dog. So a miniature pinscher and a pug now have a puppy. It's called a muggin.
So you have a designer dog.
I have a quote-unquote designer dog, a muggin.
Now, if you have a muggin, are you allowed to keep your man card?
Yes.
You are. Why?
I mean, dude, he's cute as shit. Tell me if you
But he's
didn't,
little.
dude.
I can't wrestle that dog.
Dude, if you didn't roll to the beach with that dog, you couldn't get laid. I'm just saying. There's something wrong with you.
If you can't, if
he
you
looks
if
like
you
a
can't be
miniature,
single and take any dog to the fucking beach,
Dude, he
you're
looks like
pretty
a
sad.
miniature Rottweiler.
Yeah, but dogs.
He is
okay.
The
Dogs
cutest.
are going to get you laid no matter what.
He is the cutest little shit ever.
Yeah, but
I'm just saying.
I don't think. You know, I mean, you have a nice looking golden retriever. You walk the beach, you're getting laid.
Oh, no doubt. No doubt.
Okay, so
But if you have
having a little rainbow dog isn't
if you
going to
have
help
a good looking mutt like him, I mean, he looks like he looks
He's like a little Rottweiler.
Mini Rottweiler. You are totally getting laid.
Yeah, you ain't anymore. You're done. You sold
Dude.
your soul, bro.
Dude,
You're like gone.
dude, and I don't care. We won't go into that. I totally don't care. You have no idea. Yeah. Do you need more to drink?
What's that?
Do you need more to drink?
No, I'm done.
Are you?
I'm done.
All right. I have more.
Yeah, I don't need any more.
Yeah, I mean. Oh, shit.
So you're gonna like sign off this thing, or what are you doing?
We can.
We need to.
Are you ready to?
Yes. Thank you for joining
the
Ryno with Ryno show within the Mid-Michigan Biker podcast show.
So
you know, it's a little subdivision.
Totally head to the Where's Oath party.
Yes.
Saturday.
We'll be there.
We will be there. I will have stickers.
I'll have Ryno chips.
He has like 6,000.
I need to get rid of them for this year because I got a better idea for 2026.
I'm actually looking at chips for next year.
Can't even have something original anymore.
No, you
Jesus Christ.
Maybe I'll do coins. I don't know. We'll see. I was hoping actually to be at some events with my sponsor, but
Well, you'll be there Tuesday.
I will be there Tuesday the 24th at Silver Bullet Saloon.
You know, I mean, I've been, so.
For Thunder Roads Magazine of Michigan.
But most of y'all know that Big E and I are both members of the Patriot Saints Riding Club, and, you know, although we love to ride, we have a sense of duty that we get out there and try to support our brothers and sisters across West Michigan for their charity rides, and my God, you guys, everybody out there is busy because
it is crazy how many rides there are.
My wife's like, "Hey, you're gonna be home this weekend?" Well, I'm going over here.
We did the Beamer's Memorial. You did a different one.
So I did the John Derby.
Right, John Derby.
One of my brothers that are in the Eagle Riders.
How many bikes did you have show up?
Maybe 20.
Not terrible.
Not terrible at all.
Hush.
You know.
Was it a good ride?
It was, yeah. I mean, it was a great time. I think it was only a $10 donation for the ride.
That's a little light. They could have gone a little heavier.
Super light, you know. But anyhow, you know, everybody who like paid to get in, I was selling raffle tickets, and they were buying the shit out of raffle tickets.
How much did you make on raffle?
Almost as much as we made on the ride.
Nice,
You know.
nice.
And as most folks do, the winner donated the money back.
Nice.
So
that's always amazing. So
Yeah.
like that weekend I actually did the Beaver Memorial
Yep.
in Saginaw. A ride that I have wanted to do for a couple of years. The first year we tried to do it, Wild Bill broke down like 3 miles or 4 miles
Now, Wild Bill.
into the ride. So PP and I did not get to complete the ride. This year we actually did complete the ride. They did things a little different. It was more of a a self guided ride. There wasn't anyone leading the ride.
Yep. That's
So you went to the ride, but you had to do it in order and you had to be back by a certain time.
right.
We missed the actual time window to return.
Imagine that.
Well, we might have gone to a
Extra watering hole too.
watering hole that was not necessarily
Right. So
on
so I was so
established route.
right. So on that Sunday, I was up in Traverse City with the Recovery Road Riders,
Yeah.
and that was the format of their ride.
It was a great ride.
Yeah.
I had the Beaver Memorial guys on the ride before. Like 2 years before that, I had them on the podcast. They totally had a great ride planned. This year, they totally had a great ride planned as well. But we actually went to a couple of watering holes that were on the plan.
No way. Say it isn't so.
Oh, it's so.
It's so. All right.
But a great ride, a great cause. I totally loved being there. And it's not like we were way late on the ride. We were only like 10 or 15 minutes off from turning in our cards. So it worked out good. Good ride, good cause.
All right.
I would have just donated the money back anyway, so.
Usually what happens.
Typically with us, that's what happens. I don't ever expect going to a ride to win the 50-50 or anything like that because I typically donate it back.
Have you ever won a 50-50?
I have,
Did you donate it back?
but it wasn't for a ride. And no, I didn't.
All right.
It was for something at the Eagles.
Ah.
Yeah, I totally took that money. Totally took that money.
So I think it's about time
Yeah.
for us
This podcast is running on 2 hours.
to like bid our
An hour and 15
our
minutes.
2 or 3 listeners goodbye.
6.
6.
We have 6 consistent
Now
listeners.
it's time. Yeah, I'm not gonna do that.
We almost totally need to have a music session just with you
Woohoo!
on the drums. I'm just saying.
Good night. Love y'all.
Good night.
Be good to each other, eh?
Yeah. Definitely hang out. Love your brothers and sisters. Definitely hang out and listen to the Mid-Michigan Biker Podcast.
Yeah.
Especially if we have an episode of Ryno. I'm just saying.
Yeah, it'll go everywhere. Guaranteed. You might be like, what the fuck?
So I'm totally working on a quote unquote format for the podcast. That's why I did not have a podcast last week. I'm trying to make it more streamlined, more
Organized. A little less all over the place.
A little less swirled.
Yeah, we're not doing so good.
This
All right, hey, we gotta end this,
Good
dude.
example because
We gotta end this.
we have a few empty beers
Yeah.
and it's all good.
Happy birthday to me.
It
Good
is
night.
It is the birthday edition, and good night to Ryno. Happy birthday, Ryno, bro. I am like way happy to have you here for the podcast. Yeah, good night. Life is short, bikers. Get after it. Thanks for listening to the Mid-Michigan Biker Podcast. Remember, bikers, life is short. Get after it.